Hello, everybody. My name is Hannah Sullivan, and I would like to thank you for coming out to my TED Talk here in Vancouver, Canada. All right. Today, I'm going to be discussing renewable energy, more specifically solar energy. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about how solar is important, how it works on your house. All right. We're going to talk about government incentives, and we're going to talk about net metering, which is a way that you could save money by using solar. We're also going to talk about a little bit about global warming because it should always have more coverage, right? All right, and before I get started, I would like to thank everybody that is here because of this newsletter. Okay, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. All right. So, how the solar panel works to produce energy, right? All right, let me show you guys something. This is called a solar cell. All right, a solar panel is made up of 100 solar cells, right? This goes on the board. The board goes on your roof. The roof then collects the sunlight from the sun. And then this solar cell causes electrons to bounce around constantly. And the electrons bouncing around creates a electrical current. And that electrical current is then collected and then taken down to a battery source. All right, and that battery source is connected to your meter, your house meter, and that is what powers your house, right? It's got it going on. It's rocking, it's rolling, all right? And then if you're lucky, right? So that is how solar works. If you are lucky, right, you could be in a province that offers net metering, right? And what is net metering? Net metering is, by definition, is a system in which solar panels or other renewable energy generators are connected to a public utility power grid, and a surplus of power is transferred onto the grid, allowing customers to offset the cost of power drawn from the utility, right? So, in layman's terms, net metering is something that you have like a surplus of energy created by these boards on your roof. Your house isn't using all of the energy that it's producing, and then it takes it and it pushes that energy back out onto the power grid that everybody's connected to. And then the power company will pay you for the surplus of power, right? And that is how a lot of people save money on their electric bills, by net metering with the solar panels. That is how you can, your electric bill, depending on where you live and depending on how much energy you use, can be zero. Now, this is if net metering is offered in the province and by your power company. Because some power companies in the United States have caught on to how much profit they are losing, and they have diminished it. They are phasing it out over the next year, which I feel like is a crime, an absolute crime. But I digress. All right. The significance of switching to solar. Obviously, global warming is on everybody's mind. It is something that everybody is really concerned about. But, switching to solar can help with your conscience a little bit because it immediately reduces your carbon footprint. Okay? It reduces your carbon footprint. It just like really helps everything. Your power bill, the wildlife around you. It will diminish the fossil fuels and the greenhouse gases that are released into the atmospheres. It's really good for the planet. It's really good for you. It's really good for your bills. It is just an all-around good thing to do for Mother Earth. And saying all of this, right? Everybody knows money is everything in this capitalist society that we all live in, right? So, how to get the government involved, how to get their assistance on this. It is actually incredibly hard if you are not in the top 1% tax bracket, right? It is incredibly hard. They say that they offer many incentives and whatnot, but there's so much red tape to get through. It is ridiculous, right? But depending on what state you live in, it's easier to access, right? So, like, for example, in North Carolina, the government is offering property tax exemptions and a 30% federal tax credit to maximize savings. And that is amazing for North Carolina. We love that, right? In New Mexico, they are starting up a community solar project, right? Where, you know, there's one big community solar field, right? Or a solar farm, and 10, 20, 30 houses can be powered off of that solar farm. So, and getting the New Mexican government is very involved in that. They're very forefront in solar, renewable energies, in global warming, right? Which is amazing. And I feel like every government in America should implement it. I feel like it should be on a federal level, that this is just an option that people can have. You know, America's all about options. Why can't this be one? Right? And I would just like to thank you guys so much for coming out to my TED Talk. I hope you learned something. I know I have through this entire project. I really enjoyed it. And I just want to thank you guys again for coming out. All right. Thank you. Goodbye.